for individuals to bring, and I do not use these words lightly, terror to our community.
That's Mayor Joel Hogsett. A suspended Chicago Catholic priest is facing another allegation of sexual abuse. A man who lives in Texas claims Father Michael Flager abused him when he was a child. Chicago Teachers Union will openly defy the Chicago Public School reopening plan, try to continue working from home due to health and safety concerns that they say are related to COVID-19. Blackhawks power past the Red Wings 6-2 at the United Center. Bulls take on the Celtics later on tonight. Valparaiso beat Illinois State. Loyola topped Bradley. The news service of Audible. It's a new year and an all-new Audible. Enjoy exclusive Audible originals, best-selling audiobooks, a popular podcast, and more with a listening plan that works for you. Find out more and start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. 8:34, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher can see the plan.
You got to understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to maximize the January 6th riots to now exact as much retribution and harm upon non-Biden supporters as humanly possible. And it's kind of breathtaking because it's right out in the open. They're not even trying to hide it.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Gatto Industrial Platers, Inc. is the specialist in zinc and zinc nickel plating. Gatto is big, they're good, and they're easy to work with. Their high production rack plating line has up to a 27-foot capacity to handle any zinc plating requirement. Gatto's 210,000 square foot facility can process 300 tons per day and offers complete custom packaging with available pickup and delivery in the Chicago metro area by Gatto's own fleet of trucks. All of Gatto's products are inspected and certified to ensure that each customer is receiving the best and most cost-effective plating protection. Gatto is home to King Kong, the largest zinc plating line in North America that can zinc plate parts up to 27 feet long and weighing up to 8,000 pounds. For a quote and fast 24 to 48-hour service, call George Gatto Jr. or George Gatto Sr. at 1-800-290-1223. That's 1-800-290-1223. 1-800-290-1223.
Here's a fact. Too much of today's journalism is liberal and politically biased. So where should you turn to get accurate, leading-edge information that you can trust? The Epoch Times. The Epoch Times covers the news the way you need it, unfiltered and accurate. Cutting-edge topics like the danger of the Chinese Communist Party, the truth about the presidential election, the pandemic, Russia, the Middle East, the economy, and news you won't hear anywhere else. The Epoch Times is free from the influence of governments, corporations, or political parties. You get to form your own opinions. Here's a special introductory offer. You can get 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly print newspaper, as well as unlimited access to their dynamic website for just $1. That's right, $1. Go right now to trustednewspaper.com. That's trustednewspaper.com to subscribe. Do it now. trustednewspaper.com.
Rocket Mortgage is giving away millions during Super Bowl 55 with the Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares sweepstakes. See rules and enter for free at rocketmortgagesquares.com.
8:37. AM 560 Traffic Center, Jim Talamonte.
Inbound Eisenhower near 17th Avenue, a crash cleared. We still see delays starting around Wolf Road. It's currently a 36-minute drive from 390 to downtown, outbound 28. Inbound Kennedy, delays are from Armitage to the Bird Circle. 27 minutes O'Hare to downtown, 17 from Montrose, 12 in the express lanes. Outbound, it's 21 minutes from downtown to the airport. On the Stevenson, you're looking at 31 minutes, 355 for Lakeshore Drive, outbound 28. The Ryan, it's 20 minutes, 95th to downtown. Lakeshore Drive, 24 minutes either way between Hollywood and Marquette. I-65, 40 minutes northbound or southbound. The Indiana Toll Road, State Road 114. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Are you worried about basement flooding? It's time to call Permaseal. 800-421-SEAL. Your AM 560 weather forecast. Clouds, breezy this afternoon. We'll start the winter storm warning with a coating to an inch of snow late and a high of 34. Currently 29. Next news at 9. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560. The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560, The Answer, online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, on TuneIn, iHeart, and radio.com. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. The bad news for the D.C. press corps with respect to the Biden administration. John.
What?
He's going to put the fact checkers out of business because, as Glenn Kessler from the Amazon Post said over the weekend, he expects that Joe Biden will tell the truth like Obama did, so there's no need for him anymore.
I assume the Biden, I did 5 years of Obama, and I assume the Biden presidency will be a lot like the Obama presidency in that they will be responsive and will be able to quickly back up what they're saying. And occasionally the president will go off kilter, particularly when he's, speaking extemporaneously and not following something that had previously been fact-checked.
Oh, you mean that extemporaneous speaking about, hey, what Fast and Furious? I just read about it in the paper just like you. Or, hey, what IRS? I just read about it in the paper just like you. Really?
Or, a video prompted a spontaneous riot in Benghazi. But I tell you, it's something to give typical. A confirmed plagiarist the benefit of the doubt on being a truth teller.
Does that apply to both the president and the real president, Kamala Harris?
I mean, just in case you thought...
Dr. Martin Luther King saying freedom?
Yeah, right. Just in case you thought that there was going to be even the gentlest pushback from anybody not named Ducey in that D.C. press corps for these briefings.
And what is he going to be, the Jim Acosta of Fox?
Yeah, but at least he'll have some decorum. Just ask the questions.
I'd like to know when Glenn Kessler, what he will sing in his parody show tune at the Gridiron Club, where they, which is one of the reasons why I got kicked out of that thing. You wear a white tie and tail. And then you go to a dinner, and they do show tunes.
Well, or how about
show tunes where, like, say, for example, John McCain. John Glenn covering up for the China money that Clinton got, and then they put him in a show, and all the reporters were singing to him in a show.
Yeah.
Ground Control to Major Tom or something. It was pathetic. This is journalism.
Hey,
thank you.
The important thing is that they're all happy and content. And the immortal words of John Heilman, all our heroes are back like the Avengers. The Clintons, the Obamas, the Bushes, all of our heroes. For more on our heroes, we're pleased to be joined by Thaddeus McCotter again. He's the former chairman of the Republican House Policy Committee. He's American Greatness, amgreatness.com contributor, and the Monday co-host of the John Batchelor Show. Thaddeus McCotter, thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
So no need for fact checkers now that we have a President Biden.
Well, it's insane. And he gives away the game when he talks about how he expects the Biden administration to do better. He has no proof for his estimate that they will be telling the truth. So he just wants to do it. And he's just going to do it. I mean, it's a total abdication of their responsibility as journalists to hold both sides accountable. And it's very disturbing for a free society to have a press that's in the tank for one party or the other.
Yeah, meanwhile, speaking of disturbing, Biden asking his DNI to assess domestic extremism. And here we go. Glenn Greenwald has written about this, too. The prospect of a new war on terrorism that's directed inwardly against people that they describe as terrorists because in many cases they just have differences of opinion on policy matters.
Well, it's the red state scare is really what it is. So when you look at it, the left's relationship with political violence is not one that inspires confidence to set up this domestic terrorist investigation. When you think about it, these are people who put pictures of Chairman Mao above their mantelpiece, a mass murderer who killed millions. When you look at they have pictures of Che Guevara as radical chic on their T-shirts, these are people who spent all summer rationalizing and justifying away violence in pursuit of a political goal. Unfortunately, that's not the type of political violence they're talking about. It seems to be that they're trying to tar anybody who supports the Republican Party and President Trump and that policy agenda as potential domestic terrorists. And as you know, that's not a call for unity, so much of which we heard about all through the inaugural.
Speaking of unity, I've got to ask you, given your long expertise in Washington, what do you make of the moves of Mitch McConnell?
First, I live in Detroit. So I'm
you live in Detroit now.
Are.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you know something. You know something of the ways of our modern Versailles, don't you?
Yeah,
yes.
Some things you just can't forget, no matter how hard you try. When you look at what McConnell's trying to do, he's trying to walk a tightrope, isn't he? You're hearing about the president talking about a potential Patriot Party. You're hearing rumblings amongst the Republican senatorial caucus that they do not wish to be primaried by people running in the Patriot Party. Again, just to draw the distinction, that's just a wing of the Republican Party. He's not setting up an entirely different Patriot Party because obviously they'll be running in Republican primaries. So what Senator McConnell is trying to do is trying to walk a tightrope that Nancy Pelosi's put in front of him without tripping on it and falling 30,000 feet to demise as political majority as a minority leader. I think it's a very difficult task to do. Clearly, they should first figure out whether or not this is constitutional at all, which I don't think it is. Because can you imagine being able to go back in the past and, like with Oliver Cromwell digging up the bones and putting the head on a pike, you could go after anybody who's out of public life with an impeachment process and try to do it for partisan political reasons, which is exactly what we're seeing now.
I wanted to get your take on Joe Biden, the standard bearer for Catholicism, because you write about in a piece at amgreatness.com recently, as a Catholic Union-supporting Democrat, no doubt my father would have believed President Donald Trump was a BS artist, especially given his background as a New York real estate mogul. But you also say he would have surely voted for Trump at least once. The New York Times and the New Yorker doing what they are wont to do whenever there is a public expression of faith, particularly from someone who believes in the Catholic label but not the catechism, like Joe Biden. In Biden's Catholic faith and ascendant liberal Christianity is the headline of the New York Times this weekend. Can Joe Biden save American Catholicism from the far right? In other words, can Joe Biden save American Catholicism from the catechism? And there's comparisons to how they're treating Joe Biden and his Catholic faith as compared to, for example, the dogma living loudly within Amy Coney Barrett. And I just wanted your comment about the coverage of Joe Biden wearing his, stylized social justice, politicized Catholicism on his sleeve.
Well, he's a cafeteria Catholic. He picks and chooses what he wants. He doesn't follow the strict teachings of the Catholic Church, the infallible doctrine that's been put forward, the Catechism. And I think that any Catholic that looks to the New Yorker or the New York Times as the standard bearer for what is Catholicism, as if it's the New Baltimore Catechism, is making a grave mistake. It's scandalous if you think about it. Well, the Catholic Church has a very difficult dilemma on its hands, and it seems to me that they have to make a clear distinction. For those Catholics who are promoting not only abortion here at home, but spending taxpayer money to do it and sending taxpayer money abroad to perform abortions, that is not the new Catholicism. That's called heresy.
And what about on matters of men playing in women's sports, matters of transgender individuals in the military?
I think it goes to the larger point that we're seeing. We talked about the whole article of Joe Biden. I didn't use the word malarkey because that's not the word my father used. But BS is what it is. When you think about it, look, he talks about like he's supporting union people, but then he acts as the Keystone Pipeline.
Right.
And puts tens of thousands of people out of work and destroys the economy and decimates the economy of places like New Mexico, which voted for him. When you look at a lot of the suburban soccer moms that voted for him, now their daughters are going to have a very difficult time getting athletic scholarships now because of the competition with men that are turning into women or whatever. And so when you look at the final analysis of this, Biden talks a good game, but the policies that he is already pursuing are decidedly different from what he has promised people.
But we can see that the parts of this Biden coalition are against each other already. You have the feminists upset about the transgender thing. You've got big corporate, big government, big tech, and hard left in the same coalition. What holds it together, except perhaps the flayed skins of conservatives on the pyre of free speech? What holds that thing together?
Well, I think your point that you made earlier about McConnell is absolutely appropriate here, because they're trying to keep Trump front and center, because that does unite the disparate elements of the Democratic Party, that and redistribution of wealth. Some of the culture war does and doesn't work. Obviously, woke progressives do not match well with relatively conservative union members, but we saw who won that battle with the Keystone Pipeline. So when you're looking at it, this is why they have to do the impeachment, and this is why, in some ways, it's very much a mistake for Senator McConnell to keep playing along, because the longer the Dems get to pretend that Donald Trump is still a relevant factor in the way that Washington is operating now, which he is not in terms of policies being implemented, it is the Biden administration, the longer it's going to take for the Republican Party and the populist supporters of the president to turn around and start looking towards the 2022 elections, which are critical right now.
He is Thaddeus McCotter, former chairman of the House Republican Policy Committee, American Greatness contributor, amgreatness.com, Monday co-host of the John Batchelor Show as well. Thaddeus McCotter, thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Take care. And he joined us on the Turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
It's really fantastic. I'm pretty active sports-wise, and no muscle strains. I get up in the morning, no stiff back, nothing. I never get sick. I mean, literally, never get sick. And if I feel like there's a little something coming on, I'll take the mega dose. Next day, it's gone. I mean, just my overall health is fantastic. And I plan on continue taking this because I'm convinced that it absolutely contributes to your well-being, to your health, to keeping you healthy. Let your body do what it's supposed to do.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or by going to balanceofnature.com. And make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Guys, I want to encourage you to make your health a priority this year. It's easier than you think at Low T Center. They're reinventing the doctor's visit, making it quick and easy to get all of your levels checked, not just your testosterone. They offer a comprehensive health assessment so you know all your numbers. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have lack of motivation and drive, notice the weight gain and loss of muscle mass, these could all be signs of low testosterone, low thyroid, or even sleep apnea. Low T Center will determine the cause of your symptoms and help you get back to feeling your best. It all starts with their quick and easy health assessment covered by most health insurance. And they now offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments, providing convenience, and additional health monitoring measures for your safety, including a take-home blood pressure monitoring cuff. Self-inject at-home treatments are $135 a month for self-pay or covered by most health insurance. To schedule your health assessment, go to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's a new year and a good time to get organized. Go to storelock.com. If your tools are a scattered mess and you can't find what you need, then it's time to get organized with StoreLock, the best tool cabinet you'll ever buy. StoreLock is a modular, durable storage system with dividers, liners, and layouts. These systems are the strongest around. Each drawer holds up to 400 pounds. StoreLock is one of the last companies that still makes a heavy-duty roller carriage with steel ball bearing rollers. They're made to order in the size and color you want. 100% USA made right here in Kankakee, Illinois, with a 55-year unconditional guarantee. It's fully assembled when it ships, so you'll get organized fast. StoreLock systems fit anywhere, from airline hangars and industrial shops to garages or even office spaces. Get organized now. Visit storelock.com. That's STORLOC.com.
After 25 years of building websites for all kinds of companies in many different industries, AmericanEagle.com realized a well-designed website is also your best employee, bringing efficiency, revenue, production, showing up every day, giving above and beyond to increase your bottom line. That's what a website designed, developed, and hosted by AmericanEagle.com has brought to so many clients. An AmericanEagle.com website is a 24/7 branding exercise, building rapport and thus brand equity while you sleep.